Welcome, everyone. Welcome to purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, I'm going to be reading for all 12 signs. Ladies, let me know. Do we have sound? Do we have picture? I'm running a little late tonight, guys, so my apologies. My apologies. I'm just checking, guys. Please remember, we are multi-streaming, so we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tonight. And I think we are all set. All right, guys, please remember we are looking at the week of August 10th through August 16th. We did discuss this energy. We talked about it on Tuesday night. And that video, of course, is posted over on my channel. We have Mercury going direct in Leo, and we have Venus conjunct Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. This is definitely an energy where the fog clears and we're going to have some conversations. These conversations can definitely be very exciting. Venus is all about love and money, and Jupiter is about making everything bigger, right? So definitely could have some interesting conversations in those departments this week, August 10th through the 16th. I am going to break them down, guys. I'll break them down: fire signs, water signs, earth signs, and air signs. We will do them individually. I will put timestamps in. I'm not wearing the headset tonight, guys. I just don't want to be attached to the cord if I can help it, right? So I'm just going to try to speak a little louder, but not too loud, guys, because I do have a very not feeling good grandson. He had a little birthday party a couple of days ago, right? And we had a sick baby, and now we have a sick baby. So he's not feeling the greatest, and I had him all day today. So that is, I'm running a little late. Please forgive me. I just kind of had to, I don't know, I needed a few minutes to regroup, I guess, after we got home. It's stressful, right? Like it's so stressful, and I don't know, I feel like it reminds me of when my babies were little and they would get sick, and I don't know, it just causes me to be anxious, right? And I'm not supposed to be anxious, so I get in trouble for that. Nama comes in. I'm Aquarius, but I want to know about Cancer today because I'm pissed. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, let's get started. We'll jump right in. All right, Aries, let's timestamp 6:20 for Aries. All right. I'm going to start out with the Angel Inspiration Oracle. Last week we stuck to all tarot. Tonight I'm pulling the Oracle cards out. All right, Aries, August 10th through the 16th. Let's get energy of the week for Aries. We have the Forgiveness card coming out. We have Kindness on the bottom. It could definitely be about offering yourself forgiveness. It could also be about being kind to yourself. But Aries, I'm actually getting that someone is asking for your forgiveness. And I think it's very possible that this week you're going to have to show some compassion, some understanding with that 34 kindness card. All right, let's use the energy oracle and let's get the challenge. What's the challenge or the obstacle for Aries with forgiveness, please? So we have Angel of Strength coming out. It is giving me strong Leo energy. And we are in this very passionate, potent Leo season. It is this energy of having to dig deep. Something is very challenging. So whoever is asking for forgiveness definitely could have caused you a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, Aries. All right, let's look at lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. We have attachment coming out, and it is the card that shows the shadows, taking the mask off. It also shows the chain, like chained to something, bolted down to something. And there is this energy of like needing to show your true self or see something clearly for what it is in order to like unchain yourself. So it is this energy of needing to detach from something. And so Aries, it's telling me that you already know how to do this because it's in lesson learned. So someone could come back in your environment, could be asking for forgiveness. I do feel that there is this energy of needing to detach from something. Going to have to dig deep in order to forgive this person. I'm not sure what it is, but it definitely could have caused Aries a lot of pain. The lion in front of the picture is giving me this energy like you feel like you have to protect yourself from this person. And for me, remember, I'm the Aries, right? So for me, it's like I don't have to protect myself from this person, and I know who it is. I don't have to protect myself from this person like from a some type of attack or like physical attack. It's just because I know they can hurt my heart, right? So it's like you have the strength card, this lion up, this boundary, this courage that you're going to have to, dig for. Angel of love is here, so I feel like that's just confirmation. Angel of love actually speaks about unconditional love, and I felt that in the kindness card with the compassion, Aries. So this could have something to do with someone that you're learning about unconditional love with. It could also just be saying that you need to offer this person unconditional love because when this card comes out, it says that this angel is being brought down. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize you guys couldn't see him. But it says that this angel is being brought down so that, um, that you can offer unconditional love. Door to romance is on the bottom. So Aries, it does show some type of opportunity in love. And again, not too surprising with that Venus and Jupiter and Cancer. It's also number 33. But what I'm picking up from this whole reading before we even get to the clarifiers is that Aries is like shutting it out or shutting it off, or this person definitely could have hurt Aries to the point that Aries is like, I don't want to reopen that door. That's why that heart was in the cage, right? All right, let's look at the forgiveness card for Aries. All right, so we have Four of Pentacles. So it is this energy of needing to let something go. So for Aries to hold on to a grudge is not too surprising. I know that Aries wants to believe that they don't, that they're not grudge holders, but I mean, they're one of the best. So there is this energy of needing to let something go, needing to let the energy flow. Something could definitely be like keeping Aries stagnant. And guys, forgiveness is for you, right? It's not for the other person, it's for you. So it's like if you can't offer forgiveness, I mean, if that person comes up and says, hey, I did these things to you, and I'm sorry that I did these things, and you can't say, I forgive you, I promise you that that person's going to walk away with their heart healed, their soul relieved. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be the only one that's standing there still upset about whatever it is. All right, angel of strength and the challenges or obstacle. We have the high priestess. There's some type of inner knowing. It's something about like someone knew something. Someone could have kept something from you as well. All right, attachment for lesson learned. Eight of Pentacles. This is focus and dedication. It's giving me that message about like where you put your focus is where the energy will flow, right? So do you want to think about it in a negative way? Do you want to think about it in a positive way? All right, angel of love says you need to offer this person unconditional love. And we have Six of Swords. So not only, I mean, it's so clear. Do you see it? If you read tarot, you see it because Six of Swords says that you're being guided by spirit. So it's like spirit saying, if you want things to be calmer, if you want things to be peaceful, then you're going to have to offer this person forgiveness, unconditional love. Five of Wands is on the bottom. Five of Wands says this is challenging for Aries. All right, let's pull some guidance. Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. We have the Faith card. Humanity and benevolence. Again, the kindness is really important. There's something about compassion, kindness, unconditional love. When Aries gets mad, Aries gets volatile. Okay, let's just say it. That's the way it is. Think about it. Aries is the fire sign, like with the torch. It's the ram. It's going to ram into whatever it's angry at, right? It's going to burn down whatever it's mad at, right? So there is definitely this energy where spirit's like trying to ask Aries to calm that fierceness. And I'm not like, spirit's not going to tell you to calm your fierceness, Aries. It's not your fierceness. It's the spirit is going to tell you to calm your anger, your frustration, your want to attack back. I don't know about you guys, but like, okay, so I have Sun in Aries, Mercury in Aries, which is how I communicate. Mars is in Aries, how I fight. It's my aggressive energy, right? So when I say I burn shit down, like well, I guess I'm not really being literal, but I'm for real. Like I'll burn the bridge, walk away, don't give two craps, right? So for Aries, it's giving this energy of like, you're going to have to dig deep to soothe the rage, right? That's the word I'm looking for, rage. Humanity and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. Saint Germain, karma releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, and make room for good energy. This definitely could be like some type of karmic test, some type of karmic release as well for Aries. We have Radha, soul flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship, harmony, and healing. Oh my gosh, the confirmations are massive for Aries. Definitely with the Radha card, the Soul Flame card, definitely could be dealing with twin flame. All right, let's pull Moonology to close it out for Aries. The end of a tough cycle approaches. It's full moon in Capricorn. Meditate and contemplate. It's new moon in Pisces. And surrender to the divine. It's the full moon. Guys, we're live streaming. It's August 7th. Tomorrow is the 8/8 portal. And then we have the Aquarius full moon immediately following that portal. The energies are definitely combined, right? Here's what I'm going to say. We talked about it last or Tuesday night. This Lionsgate portal a little bit different than most Lionsgate portal, because as most Lionsgate portals, the energy is about sustaining yourself. The energy is about leveling yourself up in such a way that you benefit. And with this particular August 8th, 2025 Lionsgate portal, we have this Aquarius full moon, and this is the first Aquarius full moon since Pluto has moved into Aquarius, okay? This is very significant full moon. It's a very potent full moon, and it means with this particular Lionsgate energy, this energy is not about necessarily the self, which is what Aries represents, right? First house, the house of self, but it's going to be more of that Aquarian energy where it's for the mass people, for the greater good. So someone's going to come to you, and I feel like they're going to ask Aries for forgiveness, and Aries is really going to have to dig deep and understand that what they're offering or what they're giving is for the greater good. All right, I'm going to leave that there, Aries. I hope that was helpful. Tina says, I feel like I've been feeling this energy all week. 1818 for the start of Leo. All right, Leo, this is August 10th through August 16th. You have Mercury direct and Venus and Jupiter conjunct in Cancer. I'm getting your message like right away, so let me spit it out before we get the cards out, and let's see if they go together. So for Aries, it's love. For Leo, it's money, it's pentacles, it's coins, it's finances. I want to say it was the same situation last week as well. Mercury direct opens, like something opens up, some opportunity, some communication opens up, which offers an opportunity. And the Venus and Jupiter energy is going to be all about the pinnacles. So whatever the opportunity is that's opening up with the communication is about money, a job, an offer. All right, let's see if it matches. So let's start out energy of the week for Leo, August 10th through the 16th. We have Archangel Raguel coming out. It's number 7. Archangel Raguel, it says that there's a dispute of some sort. So maybe there was no communication, and now this communication, like the conversation comes back up, right? Something like that is what I'm getting. But it is the archangel that like he polices the other archangels, right? So it's like if they're arguing with each other, then he comes in to, like, you know, lay down the law type of thing. We have harmony on the bottom, so big confirmation because it's about keeping some type of peace. Miss L actually gifted me these cards we're using right now. Welcome, Miss L. Okay, let's do Energy Oracle for Leo, and let's see, guys, look on your chart. Where is Leo for you? How are you getting pinnacles in that area of your life? Leo is my second house asset, so it totally makes sense, right, for me. All right, let's look at challenge or obstacle with this energy. We have man holding a heart. That could be about a person, but that could also be about an energy, like a way that we're behaving or acting. Because remember, Archangel here, to, you know, calm down some type of dispute, some type of argument. Man holding a heart is someone who's very compassionate, very loving, very understanding. It's like, you know, soulmate energy, right? Lesson learned. We have fifth chakra. Fifth chakra is the throat chakra. This is going to have something to do with communication, speaking up, saying something. I mean, throat chakra could definitely be about listening as well. And then the outcome, we have community. So Leo, I'm not sure what this is about. I feel like it has definitely something to do with a small group, a community, a work environment, maybe. But there's this energy of being maybe like speaking kinder or being a better listener. I don't know. There's something like that that has to be like in order to bring some type of harmony. We have door to spirit on the bottom. So door to spirit says that the veil is being moved so spirit can get a message to you. So Leo, there's something this week, August 10th through the 16th. I don't know. Maybe somebody tries to push your buttons at work. Something. Community can also be like 3 of Cups, like there's too many people involved, you know what I mean? So definitely could be that type of vibe as well, like too many people trying to be in charge, something like that. But with man holding a heart, it's like this could be, it's so interesting, Leo. It could be like a love interest that's causing some type of issue, but it could also be a behavior, like someone is not being compassionate or understanding or, you know, whatever it is. All right. Maybe it's someone that you have an interest in, Leo, that is not being understanding. Maybe it's a soulmate energy that's not being understanding. All right, Archangel Raguel, the High Priestess. So I just think it's confirmation that's like spirit sense this energy to bring some type of peace, some type of calm. Ten of Wands is here. Leo, I feel like you have a lot of burdens on your back. You've been carrying a lot of weight. It's like you're having to carry the weight of the world type of energy. The fifth chakra, I have Archangel Gabriel. I don't know if you guys can see those cards. Four of Pentacles comes out. So needing to release something. This may be needing to say something, needing to speak up in some way, Leo. And then the community card, the too many people involved, or this could be also too, Leo, like you being worried about what other people think or say, something like that. Knight of Cups. I think that's just the best thing ever right there, because Knight of Cups is literally being courageous enough to tell people how you feel, right? So there's definitely this energy where, I don't know, Leo, maybe you've been like holding back. Maybe you've been doing more work for others. Maybe you just want some type of like gratitude or someone to say thank you. I'm not sure. But there's definitely this energy where it's like you're going to have to speak up this week. Three of Swords on the bottom. All right, let's pull some guidance for Leo. We have the Charity card coming out. It says prayer and contemplation, connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. We have the Miriam card coming out, sacred vision, choose to forgive in order to heal, see the light in all, remember that love has no boundaries. All right, Moonology to help Leo. Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. And it's time to take action. It's new moon in Aries. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. It was so weird though, because I definitely picked up like finances, but it's love. It's like tell someone how you feel. I mean, it doesn't have to be love, but you definitely are going to have to like express yourself, Leo, in some way. And that's going to be more the Mercury energy. So now I'm wondering, is Leo the one that like brings the opportunity? All right, time for Sagittarius. Nama says, Sag rising, bring it for the love guard. Oh God, cracking me up. That is so true. I think it's interesting that we're talking about delivering packages. Um, I will be. I don't know if you guys remember, we had the cup giveaway in April for my birthday. This is August, y'all. This is August. In my defense, my life got completely turned upside down. Okay. But I had to design the cups. I had to get the designs approved, of course. And then I had to order the cups and, have enough money to order them. And then I had to send the cups. Um, I'm just now to the place where I can go to the post office and I know that I'll have enough money and do the things. So I'm just saying, like, I just find it interesting that we're talking about sending a package. Be kind to yourselves, guys. Be kind to yourselves. Uranus and Taurus, like we just went through a massive upheaval when it comes to our finances. it was almost like some type of massive tower moment, one after another, really, honestly. And it definitely is, so like a reset, like a just a reset, so that we could reset our financial system, our foundation, our belief system of finances, all of that stuff. So be kind to yourselves. I hear my son talking about like money and his finances, and he's so hard on himself, and I'm just like, that's not going to help the situation. All right. And I think it's helpful too to know that like it's everybody. It's not just you. You're not the only person, right? All right, Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius moon. So my moon sign. All right, let's wait for it. 2919. So the nines could be significant, Sagittarius. All right, this is for August 10th through August 16th. We have Mercury direct in Leo, which totally threw me off. I thought that was going to be so different for Leo. Um, so now I'm not even going to guess. And we also have Venus and Jupiter coming conjunct. So in other words, like they're kissing in the cosmos in the sign of Cancer. All right, so we have check your emotions and face your challenges came out. This makes a lot of sense for me because remember I said that my Sagittarius is my moon sign. My moon is all about my emotions, and I have been dealing with some anxiety, which is really weird to say because I don't really experience anxiety anymore. I don't even shake anymore. Remember, like I couldn't paint my nails, right? Like I really, really had struggled with anxiety for a very large portion of my life. Kundalini awakening, activation, whatever label you want to put there, definitely helped with the like starting to um, I don't know, awaken those codes or like start to understand what anxiety is. My faith became bigger than my fear, right? So the anxiety kind of dwindled away as my faith grew. And it's gotten to the point where like I can't really even have panic attacks anymore. Um, I know that like when you're suffering from anxiety, like when I was really suffering deeply from anxiety and panic attacks, when therapists and people would tell me that I was causing it myself, it would piss me off. Like it would really just cause me so much frustration because in my mind, I didn't feel like I was causing that to happen to me. You know what I'm trying to say? And it wasn't until, well, I mean, until I realized that I was. um, that I was able to make it stop, right? And so now it's at the point where if I do experience like a burst of anxiety or something that would, normally cause a panic attack, I can't even really experience it anymore. It's because I have the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, I don't know. It's almost like if you lay down a certain way and it caused you pain, and someone said, well, the reason that it's causing you pain is because you have this problem on your side. So don't lay down on that side anymore. You see what I'm trying to say? You wouldn't lay down on that side anymore because you have the knowledge. You would know that that's not good for you. So I don't put myself in like situations that would cause anxiety. If I do like find myself in a situation where there's anxiety, Sagittarius, I feel like I know the steps to take, like the practical steps that I take to process like what's happening and calm myself back down. But again, it's definitely the faith. The faith is what's really like the blanket over all of that. So it's like if I focus on my faith and I focus on spirit, then the anxiety dwindles away and the panic attacks kind of dwindle away, right? There's something here for Sagittarius about having to face something that you're scared of, and it's causing your emotions to peak in a certain way. And I feel like it definitely could be some type of test where, excuse me, where you're having to, like, are you going to integrate? Are you going to implement the things that you know? Like, I remember one of my last panic attacks where one of the things I would do when I would have a panic attack is I would freeze, right? Like, I just wouldn't move. I wouldn't take an action. I would just sit down and start crying hysterically and just not move, not do anything. I was just complete frozen, you know, whatever. Um, the last time this was happening, it was like I felt myself, like I felt the ground get squishy like it always did right before these episodes, right? I felt like my knees buckle, the sweat start, you know what I'm saying? All the things. But as I felt all these things happening, I knew that internally, like I knew how to talk myself down. I knew that I could sit there and focus on the thing that was causing me to spiral, or I could take the action and the steps to find something to focus on, to breathe. There's this little thing that I like to do where well, it's a whole thing, but the point is there's actual steps, physical steps that you can take, right? And it's like I knew that stuff. So I couldn't allow myself to like continue spiraling. I couldn't allow myself to continue spinning out in my emotions because I knew how to take control of those emotions. There's definitely something coming out with that for Sagittarius. Seek enlightenment is on the bottom. All right, let's look at the energy oracle. And I'm just saying Venus is emotion. It's love. It's, you know, Jupiter is make everything bigger, right? Like expand everything. So I guess Sagittarius, my question is, what are you scared of? You're scared of something that you feel will take your control away when it comes to how you face fear or how you control your emotions. Like you're afraid of facing something that maybe you won't be able to control your emotions around. All right, challenge or obstacle. We have broken heart. It could definitely be a person. The garden and the gate. This is lesson learned. So this is really specific card in the energy oracle. In the garden and the gate, it talks about how she's got this key around her neck. It's so tiny. I'm sure you probably can't see it, but she's wearing this key and the gate is locked. And this, of course, is this garden that she's built and she feels super comfortable in, right? But the idea of the card is that she's going to have to like gain the courage to use the key to unlock the gate and go out into the expansion. And there's a card later on in the deck where she does. It's called the walking away card, right? But in this moment, this is about you staying in your comfort zone. So, lesson learned, there's something about protecting yourself, staying in your comfort zone. I think it's something about like knowing that in order to heal this broken heart, you're going to have to like go out into some expansion. You're going to have to experience something. You're going to have to walk across that bridge, right? All right, what's the outcome for Sagittarius? We have door to personal healing and happiness. You're going to go through the threshold. On the bottom, we have the temple path. So when we see the temple path, it's this energy where we feel like we've taken a wrong turn, we've caused a delay, we've made a mistake, whatever it is. And it's just Spirit saying, Sagittarius, that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. The card actually says that your soul has this path that it has created in this lifetime. And this path is so that it can learn different lessons and it have different experiences along the way. The path is never a straight line. There's always going to be turns and twists. So there's this energy of you feeling, Sagittarius, like you've caused some type of delay, and Spirit saying you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Nama says, "Where's the gate? I will open it. I swear." The gate is what makes you uncomfortable. So, what is something that could bring you expansion or growth, right? But it would make you uncomfortable to do it. All right, let's look at face your challenges and check your emotions and see if we can get a little more information for Sagittarius. This can have something to do, I mean, we've seen broken heart. Soulmate energy, partnership energy, equal effort. I heard lost love. I'm not even sure what that's supposed to be about. I haven't lost anybody I've loved. I know exactly where they're all at, and I don't have any need to, you know what I'm saying? All right, broken heart. We have Knight of Swords. So there was some type of breakup. This is going to be someone that left you, Sagittarius. That's why you got this gate lock. That's why you're like, All right, the Chariot is here. It does say you're already victorious in some way. There's something about following the rules, like somebody doing something right, somebody doing something wrong, something like that. And then door to personal healing and happiness, we have Four of Pentacles. So someone most likely wronged you, Sagittarius, in some shape, way, form, or fashion. It could be someone from your past. It could be a past relationship as well. I do feel like this energy comes back around. I don't necessarily feel like Spirit's saying, oh, you have to take this person back, Sagittarius, but I do feel like you're going to have to let something go in order to find your own personal healing and happiness, right? On the bottom is the Star card, Aquarius energy, bright hope for the future, but it's more about that clean slate energy, right? All right, Sagittarius, let's pull a guidance card. Lady Nada, heart awakening, so more confirmation. Awaken to the acceptance of divine love. Give and receive in balance. Chronos, life force, express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. This is giving, I'm talking to divine feminine Sagittarius, and divine masculine is on the way. Lady Venus on the bottom, downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. All right, let's pull Moonology. I just want to say the Chronos card is divine masculine, so that's where that came from. I didn't just like pull it out of the air. All right, it says don't let pride get in your way. It's full moon in Leo. Prosperity lies ahead. It's new moon in Taurus. And look at the bigger picture. It's full moon in Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. Dina said, being in divine union would make me uncomfortable. Nama says exactly where I'm supposed to be. I don't know how I feel about that at the moment. However, you got to have the funny bone or the funny spirit to get through this stuff. All right, water signs. We're going to swap out cards, apparently. I really like the Gilded Tarot. We're going to use the Modern Witches Tarot. Oh, he is finally asleep. He has had a rough day to say the least. He had trouble breathing. He was so raspy. William took him into the shower. William's so smart. Took him in the bathroom and turned the shower on the hot water, and that helped him drain. So that helped a lot. But yeah, he's got the cooties, and I just feel my heart just breaks for him. You know what I mean? And he has such a trouble drinking his bottle because he can't breathe, and he's struggles to sleep. He's tossing and turning, and I just feel for the little guy. And he doesn't really like get sick often or anything like that. Um, he just had a big party, you know what I mean? And he caught some cooties. But luckily, the kid's got a really good doctor, and Carson's doctor is just, they got him the medicine right away. And I will say, I mean, he played hard today. I know some of you saw it because I sent you the picture. But he got a like this Bentley remote control car that you can, you sit him in it, and he can't reach the pedals yet. When he can, he'll be able to do it himself. But in the meantime, it has a remote, so it's like this giant remote control car that I can put him in, and then I can push him, take him around. So it was funny because 6 o'clock this morning, I'm like pacing the floor, and I'm like, man, come on, kid, so we can go play with this car, right? But he was sleeping, so I wanted to let him rest. And then when he did wake up, he didn't wake up for a long time. He probably took about half a bottle. He was probably up maybe 30 minutes, and then he laid back down. So I let him rest again. And then really, that's when he got his best sleep. He slept a good 3 solid hours this morning. And then as soon as he got up, I changed his diaper. I got him some water because he was raspy, and for his throat. And then we went outside, and my idea was, it's so hot out there, I was hoping it would like help him, dry out, which I feel like it did a little. And he plays so hard, but so we put him in the little car. I put him in the little car, and I'm pushing him around out there. We had an ordeal with the dog, so I had to come back in. And he got so upset that we had to, leave his car. I brought the whole car inside. I want y'all to know I brought the whole car in this little bitty 2-bedroom house. I brought the whole car in here. I cleaned up the living room, made him a little track. You know what I'm saying? He can only go forward and backwards, but he didn't care. I put him in it, and I tell you, 90% of the time that he was awake, he was in his little Bentley, and he was loving it. He gets out, he leans up against the door. He just thinks he's so cool. Oh my God. It's the cutest thing you ever saw. He was waving at the dogs when he would go by the kitchen. But he got to play with all his toys, his new toys, and he had a good day. It's just, he's just having a hard time, and I could hear the frustration, you know what I mean? Like he's huffing and puffing, and it's, how it is when you're sick and you can't breathe. You gotta try to lean on one side and let it drain. Poor guy. I just feel for him. Hopefully it won't last very long. All right, it's time for Cancer, Nama. I'm a Cancer rising, so I'm definitely pretty interested in this one. We have all of this energy in Cancer right now, guys. It's so much, so much. And Cancer, a water sign, already that alone makes it a more emotional sign. But okay, so if you look at the water sign representation, so for example, Pisces is like a river, like a stream. It flows. It's a constant, moving. Um, Scorpio, the other water sign, is a very like deep, not necessarily big um body of water, but it's like it's Scorpio, it's about the depth, right? It's so deep that it just looks dark. You can't see. It's like if you were looking at a lake and you couldn't tell like how deep is this lake, what's the bottom, and it's so dark and murky that it's really, really deep, right? And then Cancer, I mean, is more like a lake. It's more like a very still, um calmer energy. It's more, I don't know, like a peaceful, nurturing. Um, Cancer is a caretaker, motherly type of energy, and that is at its healed version, right? So imagine that nurturing, caretaker, loving, motherly type of energy wounded, right? It's like, watch out. And I'm not saying that all these planets are wounding Cancer, but there's so much going on in the sign of Cancer right now that the energy itself can feel very overwhelming. Um, and what happens when you have an overwhelmed mom? You see what I'm trying to say? Which is funny because that's exactly how I felt today, with like him being sick. This morning we were letting the dogs out. One of them like ran across the street and got into this big old fight. So it's like I'm having to handle the dogs and the kid, and that, what I'm trying to say? It's that type of energy. So with all the planets, all the retrogrades, everything that's happening, I mean, it definitely can be very overwhelming, emotional type of time, right? All right, let's do Cancer and see what happens. Let's do 50-58. And this is going to be for the week of August 10th through August 16th. Again, all of that Venus and Jupiter happening in the sign of Cancer. Definitely going to impact this sign. Don't forget Mercury going direct also in the sign of Leo. Right next to Cancer. All right, energy of the week, angel inspiration. We have Archangel Camille coming out. Love again, it's number 4. 43 harmony again. 443 is sticking out to me. All right, what's the challenge or obstacle? We have the envy card coming out. Lesson learned. We have the deceit card coming out. And we have the victory card. Cancer is dealing with a liar, a fake, someone who is not telling whole truths. Cancer is going to see through someone's lies because you have the victory card as the outcome. Goddess of the Moon on the bottom, Cancer, says trust your intuition. Let's see why we needed to get the Modern Witches Tarot. All right, Cancer, Archangel Camille, it's about unconditional love. 5 of Wands is going to be challenging this week. It does say that you've been training for something, preparing for something, so you know how to handle it. You might not necessarily like it, but you know how to handle it. The Envy card, you could be envious of something, Cancer, and I'm just going to be 100% honest. I think that's what it is. Remember, Guys, I never come out here and tell you that these readings are for your sun, moon, or rising, because I do all 12 readings for my own chart, for my personal healing journey. I do believe these readings are collective. I do believe that's how come it helps so many of us. And I do believe that's how come so many of us can resonate with the same reading, right? Me and Nama, we just had this conversation. I'm the Cancer rising, and I'm definitely at this place where I'm having to combat some victim consciousness, right? And again, I have the knowledge, so I know what victim consciousness is, right? And it's like I'm having to face some really deep internal, buried deeply, you know what I'm saying, feelings about some shit that's happened to me in my life. And I definitely have experienced moments of envy where I'm like, why does that person get to have this good thing? But meanwhile, I have to go through life, with whatever the hell I had to go through, right? So it's this energy of like, why is it easier for someone else? Or why do this someone else have something I want? You see what I'm saying? It's something like that. So this week, Cancer, you're you're probably going to have to face something. So it's not someone's lying to Cancer. Don't shoot the messenger, y'all. It's Cancer's lying to themselves, right? Lying to themselves about something. Maybe I can't have that, or maybe I don't really want that, right? I feel like that happens a lot in our collective when it comes to relationships. We'll say, oh, I don't want a relationship. I'm happily single. I'm fine by myself. That was a big issue for me when we very first started PLR, because I was like, I just don't feel like seeing myself ever saying that. And I'll tell you right now, 100% honest, I say that now, right? After everything I've been through, I say that now. But if I was to be 100% honest, I'm only saying that because I'm fearful of another relationship, right? Because I'm fearful of getting hurt again. So it's not, oh, I'm okay being single. It's no, I'm okay being single because I'm safe, right? I seen this post. I want to say I posted it on Facebook that said something like, "Are you really healed, or are you just isolating yourself so you don't have to face any triggers?" Right? All right, Cancer. Let's see. What are you envious of? King of Pentacles. It could be a person. It could just be the idea of having your shit together, because that's kind of what I'm getting with King of Pentacles. Someone who's like responsible, dependable. It's not necessarily loving or anything like that. It's just really just being, having your shit together. All right, the Deceit card. So it's like, this is lesson learned to help you with this. So it's like, you need to stop lying to yourself about something. Maybe it's a person, like maybe it's a man. Like maybe I'm talking to a Cancer woman and you're like, man, how come other people have this like really responsible husband, or like really dependable husband? Or how come, that person's husband makes so much money? Or, you know what I'm saying? It could be something like that. And it's about like seeing the truth of the situation, right? We have the Chariot coming out again in the same position. How interesting. The Chariot is this energy of the victory is already yours. And again, there's this energy of right and wrong. Like, the right way to do something and the wrong way to do something. I think for Cancer, it's about having your shit together. You're like, you have this feeling like, why is my life so challenging? Why is it so challenging for me to be the King of Pentacles? Why can't I be dependable or responsible? Why does all this stuff happening to my life all the time? Why is there always all this chaos? It's that type of energy. So with the Chariot, it's like you could move away from that energy very quickly if you just face some type of hard truth. And I feel like, Cancer, this is the week that you do, because you have this victory card as your outcome. Look at that. Everything is fine. Spirit loves me, you guys. Let me tell you how much Spirit loves me. There's two cards. Remember I said we had to use the Modern Witches Tarot? Spirit made me trade out. And I was like, why would we have to do that? I really like that set of cards. There's two cards in the Modern Witches Tarot. The Ten of Swords. It looks just like this one with 10 swords poking into her. And the Everything is Fine card. It's the same meaning. The meaning of Ten of Swords is something painful needs to come to a completion. In the Everything is Fine card, she's scrolling through her phone like she's not noticing all the painful things, right? So it's this energy of ignoring something, not paying attention to something, telling yourself like, oh, it's just not for me, right? Something like that. The Hanged One is on the bottom. There's this energy of needing to get out of your head space and into your heart space. There's a reason that you're envious about this King of Pentacles energy, having money, being responsible, having your shit together, having everything you want, being able to help other people, whatever, because those are all meanings of King of Pentacles. So it's like you're envious that you don't have this energy. And Spirit's like, if you could just face some harsh truths about yourself, then you would have it very, very quickly. And the harsh truth is that you're ignoring something, that something that needs to come to a completion, you're ignoring it and not paying attention. And it definitely could have something to do with love, right? All right, Cancer. Joan of Arc, voice of truth, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Green Tara, I've been listening to this all day. It's so healing when I listen to this. You can find, it's a Green Tara mantra. You can find it on YouTube. I want to say I made a playlist on PLR, and I want to say I made it public. But anyway, whenever I play it, I mean, it's supposed to be about protection, but for some reason, whenever I play it, I just feel this massive healing, especially in the heart space. All right, so Green Tara, supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. You also have Kuan Yin, care and compassion. Choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. Last one, we have the Shekna, sacred self. Unleash your spirit. Express your gifts. Dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Freya is on the bottom with phases and cycles. Moonology, whoa, to close it out. It's time to take a breath out. The dismenting moon, something's coming apart. Conclusions are within reach. That's that everything is fine. It will come to a conclusion if you finally face the thing that you've been ignoring, and your commitment is being tested first quarter moon. All right, Cancer, I'm going to leave that right there. Oh my gosh, he said, you just said something that he said today. What is it? What was it? Dina says, both can exist. I'm healed and hiding. I don't know. I don't know what healed means. I feel like it's going to be a constant, ongoing situation. But I can understand the hiding. Just waiting for it. All right, it's time for Scorpio. Scorpio, my favorite. Scorpio. Here we go. Throat chakra, Scorpio. Needing to I was gonna say needing to say something, but maybe it's about needing to hear something. Spirit has to remind me all the time that the throat chakra is not just about talking. It's also about listening. You're not hearing something. Someone around you is trying to say something to you. They're trying to like get through to you. And I don't know if it's like I'm not hearing it and you are, but you just want to ignore it, or if you just really not hearing it, like you're really not understanding what this person is trying to say or what it is that they're trying to get through. I don't know. That's enough. All right, let's timestamp 105:22. All right, Scorpio, this is for August 10th through August 16th. I don't know. I picked a little bit of energy up there at the beginning, but let's see what comes out for energy of the week. August 10th through the 16th for Scorpio. We have the happiness card. It's number 42. We have silence your thoughts. It's pretty clear, Scorpio. Someone is, I don't know. It's like someone's trying to bring you happiness or show you happiness, and you're like, I'm not saying you're not accepting of it, but you have some weird level. You have some weird like topper. There's some weird like I can only have this type of happiness or I can only have this much of happiness. And it's almost like I'm talking to a Scorpio, like, do you feel bad for being happy? There's something about that. Anyway, it all is going to boil down to the silence your thoughts. So I'm getting this mess. Okay. So there's a Scorpio out there, and I mean, it's not just one. But the energy is that this Scorpio is like work and pay bills, right? It's like that type of life. And there's no like actual like living life part. There's something, my left ear just started ringing. But there's something about like being free or like free of responsibilities or duties. It's like that life isn't for me. It's like I'm chained to this something, and this is the level of happiness that I can reach. And the interesting part is, Scorpio, that I picked up this energy of someone trying to like break through your barriers or like get this information to you that would like offer you some type of like opportunity to experience a higher level of happiness in some way, and you're like you're overthinking something, you're fearful of something, and it's giving this energy of trust no one, and this energy of like everybody wants something from Scorpio. And I'm not saying this is true, I'm just saying this is what Scorpio is feeling. So it's this energy of I can't trust you because I think you just want something from me. So I'm not going to be receptive to the thing that you're trying to break through to me to tell me so that I can experience more happiness. It's number 42. There's Scorpio out there that like there's almost you are feeling happiness, but it's almost like there's something or someone around you that's making you feel like that happiness has to stay at this like level, or like you can't exceed. I don't know. There's something about like keeping it topped off. You're not allowed to exceed a certain amount of happiness. And I don't know if that's like someone around you, like the reason is because of someone, or if you're just telling yourself that. I mean, either way, you're just telling yourself that. I don't know if it's because someone's around you that's causing you to tell yourself that. It's giving a little bit of like martyrdom, like I have to be the one that suffers. I mean, that's Scorpio all day, every day. I understand, but I don't know. It's deeper. There's more. All right, let's get challenge or obstacle. We have second chakra. This is that energy of I don't deserve, especially coming out in your challenge or obstacle, because second chakra is one, it's 2 inches below the belly button, and it is the it's where you store feelings like shame, guilt, remorse, that type of thing. I'm talking to a Scorpio that's dealing with some type of shame, guilt, remorse, and you're experiencing happiness and you're feeling bad about experiencing happiness. It's number 36. It's also possible that you're thinking, you can't experience more. I got to stop it here because I can't, can't let it get bigger. Something, I don't know. All right, lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. We have happy family. This could have something to do with a relationship, happy home, happy family. And then the outcome, Scorpio, we have magician and the mirror. Patience on the bottom, divine timing. It's 16, 1 and 6 is 7. It's giving some karmic cleansing type of energy. Okay, with the magician in the mirror, it's a very specific card in the energy oracle. It's this card that talks about, like you have these powers, right? So in the card, it shows this man and he's working with two energies, fire and water. And the idea is that he's not trying to hide behind any mirrors. He's not trying to, he's just using his abilities, and he just gives no, he doesn't care what other people think. It's like he knows he has these powers, and these powers, whatever they are, could have something to do with healing shame, guilt, and remorse in a family situation so that happiness can be felt, right? The outcome is the energy of doing that. But it's like at the beginning, it's like, I don't want people to know. There's something about like, I don't want people to know, so I'm just going to hide it. Maybe it's like, I don't want people to know I'm happy, so I'm just going to hide it. Something like that. Maybe feeling guilty about a family situation. I don't know. But in the end, the outcome is you just don't care what other people think, right? Maybe you've waited a really long time for this happiness, Scorpio. Maybe you've waited a really long time to have a happy family. Maybe you've waited a really long time to be able to help your family and make your family happy. Either way, Scorpio healing from shame, guilt, and remorse. All right, let's look at the happiness card. We have Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is like, oh, who am I? How come I have this happiness? Who am I to be able to experience this type of joy, right? It's that energy. Be kind to yourself, Scorpio. Second chakra, your challenge or obstacle. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is abandonment, being left out in the cold. Someone around you could feel like you're moving on towards your happiness and they could feel abandoned. Happy family is the lesson learned. So it's like maybe it's saying you need to focus on the happiness of your family, Scorpio. We have Four of Swords here. Four of Swords says there is something, some type of healing happening within this family. It's also blessing in disguise. So in other words, it had to happen exactly the way that it happened. All right, Magician in the Mirror is the outcome. And this is the energy of stepping into your power, manifestation, creating the life that you want, coming into alignment. It's all of the energies. It's definitely, I'm hearing as within, so without. We have Three of Swords coming out. This is like some type of massive healing energy. You have the ability to heal some type of family situation, and someone around you may feel like they're being left out in the cold. We have Two of Wands on the bottom. It says you have an important decision. I can tell you right now, Scorpio, you're going to choose your family. You're going to choose the happy home, happy family. And if you're second guessing yourself, Scorpio, choose your happy home and your happy family every time. We have the Diana card coming out. Focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high and expect the best possible outcome. We have this one I can't pronounce. Melchizedek. I can't say that. Higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. And Saint Kumara, light activation, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Gaia, one of my favorites on the bottom. Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth and stay grounded. All right, Moonology to close it out for Scorpio. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Staying grounded this week will definitely be helpful as well. Staying grounded does mean go outside and hug a tree, but it also means, remember it says higher learning, it also means take the lessons that God has given you, right? And implement them into your everyday, daily life so that you can heal. You're very close to achieving your goal. It's the gibbous moon. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. I picked up that Capricorn energy throughout the whole Scorpio reading. Have faith in your dreams. It's the waxing crescent moon. A time for healing is on the bottom. All right, definitely some Scorpio energy moving on. I'm not sad about it. All right, it's time for Pisces. Yes, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button like Diana said. I forget to ask. Definitely very helpful. All right, 119 even for Pisces. Pisces, this is going to be for the week of August 10th through August 16th. We do have Mercury going direct, and you also have the Venus and Jupiter conjunction happening in the sign of Cancer. So let's see how all of those cosmic influences will impact Pisces. August 10th through the 16th, please. Energy of the week, we have Archangel Jophiel. I'm having a brain fart. Beauty, joy, enlightenment. It's the beauty of God. Jophiel assists you in seeing beauty in the world around you and finding joy through your own unique form and creative expression. On the bottom is compassion. I'm seeing the deep purple. Purple is a twin flame color, if you didn't know. All right, energy oracle. Let's look at the challenge or obstacle. What is the obstacle for Pisces when it comes to seeing the beauty of God, experiencing a joy? We have the action card coming out. The action card says that things are moving very quickly, and it actually talks about the blur in the picture, and it says that the blur is here because the horses are running so fast, they're moving so quickly. When it's in your challenges or obstacle, it makes me feel like things are going slow or something's taking a long time. It's also number 17. We're at this 8-8 portal, right? 1 and 7 is 8. 8 is definitely the sign of infinity. There's this weird feeling. It's not true, Pisces, but there's this weird feeling I'm getting from Pisces. Like maybe you're struggling to experience joy right now. Maybe you're struggling to see like the beauty of God or the beauty of the situation, whatever it is. But you feel like something is going to last forever. You feel like whatever the slow thing is, like whatever is taking too long, like that is going to last forever. It's always going to be that way. That's why I'm seeing that infinity sign, but in your challenges or obstacles. All right, let's see. Lesson learned for Pisces. We have adjacent possibilities. It's number 24. This is also a really specific card in the energy oracle. It talks about how, like, you have this goal, and the goal is to get to, like, the end of the hallway, this last door back here. And there's all these different doors on your path through to get to your goal. And sometimes like you have things that surprise you or obstacles that come and fall in the way. And the idea is that, like, for example, if you were to go open a door or an opportunity and that door was locked, well, you wouldn't just stop, right? You wouldn't just give up on your goal. Your goal is still going to be to get to the light. Your goal is still going to be to make it to the end of the tunnel, right? Or the end of the hallway, but you might have to go about it a different way. So you don't change the goal, where it is you want to go or what it is that you want out of life, but you may have to change the way you get to something. All right, let's get the outcome for Pisces. You have the journey card. Look at you changing the way that you get to your goal. You see that? Woman holding a coin is on the bottom. This card talks about seeing your worth and your value, and maybe even seeing your worth and your value when it comes to your spiritual abilities. All right, let's clarify. Mystic Raven. All right, I'm going to start with Archangel Jophiel. So remember, this was beauty of God, joy, happiness. I feel like for Pisces, this is like you're going through some type of challenging situation where something's taking a long time, and there's something about being able to see like the beauty of the situation, which means you're going to be able to alchemize something that you're going through right now that seems really challenging, right? All right, Archangel Jophiel, we have the Emperor. Something about taking control, stepping into your power, um, being the boss, being in charge. You could be like in charge for the first time as well. Like maybe you didn't see that coming. You didn't expect to take that route. All right, the action card, Pisces. Remember, something's moving too slow. We have Wheel of Fortune, just confirmation that something's not bending in your favor. Something's not coming in quickly. All right, so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go a different route, right? Like you can't keep the same route. So the Strength card is here. What is this for me? Where is my Pisces? Ninth house. Sorry, I had to remember what my chart looks like. Um, Whatever you're having to change is really upsetting. It's really hard. It's not easy. You thought you were going to take this route to this goal, and you're having to completely go around something, choose a different way. Remember, we're not changing the goal, we're just changing the route to it, but that's definitely causing you to have to like dig deep. Look at the major arcana coming out for Pisces. The Emperor, Wheel of Fortune, the Strength card. The Journey card is the outcome. The Journey card says you drop the old baggage and you start to move in a new direction. You see all the little directional signs up there in the picture? And we have King of Pentacles, taking responsibility, stepping up to the plate. It is this energy, Pisces, where like you're in charge now and you weren't in charge before. You could have a little like imposter syndrome, like I don't know if I'm strong enough to sit in this seat or to have this role, and Spirit saying, yes, yes, you are. It's also very possible, Pisces, Spirit saying that things are not going to bend in your favor until you take some type of action. Again, whatever that action is, it's like something you didn't expect or see coming, so you're having to do it a different way. And I feel like with the Emperor and this King of Pentacles, this is something about responsibility, being in charge, being the boss, something like that. All right, we have Commander Ashtar, big confirmation, right? Call to action. So Spirit saying you do need to take some type of action in order to get that wheel to bend. It says take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Look how much Spirit loves me, y'all. I'm so blessed. White Eagle, ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. And last one, we have Master Jesus. Forgiveness is here. You're on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. All right, Pisces, let's do Moonology to close it out. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Bring love into the situation. It's new moon in Aquarius. You are good enough. You can take charge. You can be the boss. Full moon in Virgo, and hold your vision. The fixed moon is on the bottom. This is an amazing reading for Pisces. All the major arcana is absolutely beautiful. I hope that was helpful. Venus says no clue on the action. I have to admit that I feel the same. I'm not sure what the action is. That I'm not. It's something that I'm not doing quick enough, and it doesn't mean that we're not doing the action, right, Dina? Maybe we're just not doing it. Like maybe we could be doing it faster or more, right? Something like that. Yes, guys, that is going to wrap up our water signs. So we've done the fire and water. We're going to move on to the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right, we're moving the energy oracle out. And we're replacing it with angels and ancestors. I click on those comments and then I forget to click them off. I just like it when Spirit tells me we're going to change cards, because then it's like I look for the card. I'm like, I wonder, like why we had to get this, kind of like that everything is fine card in the Modern Witches Tarot, right? All right. All right, Taurus, let's do 131.41. 131.41. All right, so this is for August 10th through August 16th. I've seen a Taurus today that I hadn't seen in a very long time. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. All right, let's do energy of the week. So Taurus, we have Mercury going direct. It's communication. It's seeing people you haven't seen in a long time. We also have Venus and Jupiter conjunct in the sign of Cancer this week. So let's see how all that is going to influence Taurus August 10th through the 16th. We have Greet the Dawn. God wants you to get up early. God makes me get up early too, y'all. It's number 23, Archangel Michael. So when I say God wants you to get up early, like that is about as clear as that can be. And look at the 1, 2, 3. Do you guys see that? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Archangel Michael is the archangel that protects. Okay, in my awakening, I've learned that Archangel Michael is the archangel that brings me all my protection. So when I say like I'm highly protected, it's because of this archangel. And because of the spiritual awakening I'm having, most of us see this archangel, or most of us have um, things that happen, I don't know, with this archangel, right? And Greet the Dawn is here. So Taurus, most likely you're experiencing some type of twin flame awakening, activation. And all that means, guys, like I'm struggling so much with this label. All that means is when they made the word twin flame, they were describing our inner masculine and feminine energies, and it's about bringing a balance to those inner masculine and feminine energies. But what's happened is, in these like modern times, we've made everything so it's like, I just heard the word Hollywood, and that's what it is. It's like we've made everything like a movie, like a fairy tale, a fantasy, and it's really not about all of that. It's more about healing our internal masculine and feminine energies. There's definitely this energy about gritting the dawn. This is gonna be like self-discipline. Right now we have that Saturn and Aries energy, and I mean, yes, you are highly protected, Taurus, but here's something um, that I recently learned in my journey and my awakening. So when we are chosen, I don't even like using that word. That's a label too. Chosen ones. Oh my God, right? Like, give me a break. Okay, so here's what happened. When we had our mental breakdown and God had to reach down into the pits and pull us out and be like, okay, now I'm gonna help you heal, and I just need you to join my army and tell people about God and unconditional love. When that happened, right? Like when that happens, it's like you're like mm, responsible to do stuff now, right? Like you have now exchanged energy with Source. Source had to like revive you, right? Because you let yourself become so depleted, and now you have to share how you became like revived with other people. You also not only have to share that information, but you also have to live it, right? You also have to live it. So what I mean by that, Taurus, is you can't allow yourself to be depleted again, right? So let's say, and I'm just gonna, just because I just happen to know a Taurus. Okay, let's use relationship for an example, okay? Let's say you're in a relationship with someone, Taurus, and it's a toxic relationship. It's not a healthy relationship. Spirit's telling you that this relationship is just not for you. And it doesn't mean it's forever. You don't know. Maybe that person, maybe she goes and heals and she becomes better, and then you get back together and yay, everything works, right? You never know. But at the current time, this person is not healed, Taurus. This person is not at your, this person is not where you're supposed to be, and you know it because God's telling you every single day from the moment that you wake up, right? So what happens is, Taurus, you choose the person. You're like, I hear Source telling me that I'm supposed to be off, teaching people about, how to, heal and blah, blah, blah. But instead, I want to be over here with this person who maybe is lacking some self-discipline and spiritual discipline, which I'm sure they are if they're not in your alignment where you're supposed to be, because you're the chosen one, right? And I don't mean to say that like, oh, you're special, whatever. I just got done explaining like you just had a breakdown and God had to go save your ass, right? So, I mean, that's what chosen one means. So if you get people out here that like, oh, I'm a chosen one, just know that it literally just means that they broke down and couldn't handle whatever the fuckery, and God had to like reach down there and pull them out of their hell, right? That's what that means. So I feel like it's just funny, these labels that we put on everybody. Point is, the lesson that God taught me is when I choose free will, because we have free will, y'all, let me tell you, another label. But it's like when I choose free will, I'm still protected, but there's spankings along the way. Does that make sense? There's consequences along the way. God can't save us from our consequences because we have free will. Archangel Gabriel is truth. You know the truth, Taurus. You know what you have to do. All right, let's look and see why we had to pick angels and ancestors. Greet Dawn is also telling me like you could be slacking on your spiritual practices. Whenever you're around energy that you're not supposed to be around, you'll start slacking and becoming depleted in all the things, right? Because your energy is being siphoned into this thing that you're not supposed to be around. There's a Taurus out there just so pissed off right now. He don't want to hear it. He just don't want to hear it. He just wants that woman, and that's it. That's all he cares about. All right, let's get challenge or obstacle for Taurus. All right, direction, guardian, choose your path. That's that free will I was talking about. Notice it's in your challenges or obstacle. Lesson learned, we have the oracle, wait for important information. In other words, there's a time, there's divine timing, and you're not waiting for that. You're doing it, you're pushing it, you're doing it on your own. The outcome, we have the fire guardian coming out in reverse. Ignite your passions. Spirit is not going to tell you to like put your flame out. Okay, Taurus, that's never going to happen. But Spirit is going to ask you where. Where are you, what are you passionate about? Where are you flaming all of the things, right? Like where is this spark and passion and fire going towards? Is it going towards greeting the dawn? Is it going towards the purpose that Spirit gave you when he had to come save you? Or is it going towards something and someone else? And I promise you right now, Taurus, that wherever the something or someone else is, you're enabling. You're enabling. You're not allowing God to do his own job because you want to get yourself in the middle there instead of you going off and doing what you're supposed to be doing. I know. I said it. I'll say it again too. Sun is on the bottom. All right. Modern Witches Tarot. Let's look at that. Grief at dawn. I dropped it. Everything is fine, ignoring something, not paying attention to it, big confirmation. You're not greeting the dawn. You're not following purpose. You're not noticing all the swords in your back. Direction, guardian, two of wands, a very important decision to make, right? Which direction are you headed? Oracle, wait for important information. Eight of Cups says you've done everything you can here. You've done everything you were supposed to do, Taurus. There's nothing else you're supposed to do. And anything that you continue to do from this forward, from this moment on that you've heard me and you got the confirmation of what you already knew, is just enabling. Is just enabling. Fire Guardian, Four of Pentacles. It's time to release. It's time to let something go. You're holding on to this person, Taurus, so tightly because you think you control something. You think you're more powerful than God is. And I promise you that you're not. It will be released one way or another. And it's going to be much easier for you to let go of the thing you're holding on because you think you're controlling it by holding it and allowing the energy to flow. When you start to allow that energy to flow, in other words, let someone love you or be with you or stay with you because they want to, not because you're holding on to them so desperately, right? All right, here's guidance for Taurus. Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. And Lady Portia, divine order. There's definitely something about divine timing and divine order, and you're trying to push it. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Holy Amethyst, divine alchemy is on the bottom. All right, Moonology to close it out for Taurus. Taurus is my 11th house. I'm definitely having to let go of some groups, people, friends, all of this type of stuff. A new start is coming. It's the new moon. Nothing will come of the situation void of course, man. This is you overthinking or thinking that you're more powerful than source. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. I love that this card came out, and I'm going to tell you why, Taurus, because I feel like this has something to do with someone that you're very intimate with, someone that you have a strong relationship with, someone that you want to spend probably the rest of your life with. And the problem is that this person needs to go do some healing, right? They have some healing work to do. You can't heal them for them, Taurus. However much you want to, you just can't. But the fact that you and your loved ones are safe comes out. New moon in Cancer. The whole point is that Venus and Jupiter are kissing in Cancer right now, right? So the card itself, whenever I see this card, whenever it's about our intimate family, our immediate family, spouses, partners, children, that type of thing, it's like it's saying that immediate family is safe. So I know there's a Taurus out there that's like scared. If I let this go, if I stop trying to control this person or restrict this person, then I'm going to lose this person. And Spirit's saying that's not true. You're just going to allow this person to take responsibility for their own healing. That's it. All right. I hope that was helpful. I know. Super direct. Remember, mine is 11th house. So for me, this is more about like PLR is not going to heal anybody, right? I'm not a healer. I'm just someone that's healing. Does that make sense? I'm not here to make the horse drink. I'm just here to show the horse where the water is. That's the best I can say that. Taurus over there trying to hold the horse's head under the water. Diana says, I did the purge last year. Everyone left in my life currently brings me joy and happiness. I love that. Virgo moon, and then I'm off to bed. Nama, what time is it there? I haven't posted it yet. We can talk about it. So I've decided, okay, so there's no, I wanted to do Lionsgate. I wanted to do it over on TikTok. Y'all, Spirit doesn't like TikTok. I want y'all to know that right now. And I don't know why. I can't get a clear, Spirit says I'm getting an answer, but I don't want to listen or I don't want to hear it. And I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's like every time I try to do a live over there, something happens and I can't get through. I get the violation, I get the flag, I get the community strike thing. I get like all this shit happens all the time. You make so much money off TikTok. It's like I want to be over there and I want to be doing lives over there, but it's like no, it's just not for whatever reason. And another thing I find super interesting is I want to drop Twitch. Like sometimes I just want to drop Twitch. I've got 200 followers over there. We've had 200 followers for like 3 years. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't grow. It doesn't do anything. Twitch won't monetize us because we live stream. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I kind of want to drop it, and I wanted to put TikTok there, and Spirit will not let me. I promise you, it is a fight. Remember how we were just talking about how we have free will and we can follow our free will, but then we have to deal with the consequences of that free will. I swear to you, that is TikTok every freaking time. So no Lionsgate portal. I wanted to do a Lionsgate portal over there, but it's not happening. Something ended up happening to my schedule and I had to move something around. So now I'm not going to be able to do it. I know, ridiculous. But anyway, Saturday night, however, Saturday is the Aquarius full moon. And so my thought was, everybody is kind of focused on the Lionsgate. And this Lionsgate is different. This one is not going to bring the manifestations that we're all used to seeing, especially those of us that use the Lionsgate portal to manifest every year. It's just not going to happen. Some people are going to think that it doesn't work, or they're going to like maybe even lose their belief system in the idea of manifestation because they're so used to manifesting big things with this portal, and it's just not going to happen this year. And it's not that it's not going to happen per se. It's because the manifestation, remember, Aquarius full moon, mass people. So it's like the manifestation has to be for the greater good. The thing that's being brought in through the Lionsgate portal has to be for everyone, right? So if Joe Blow is at home used to using the portal to manifest vacations and, you know, whatever the hell, if it's not serving the greater good, right, then it's not going to happen. It's just not going to be that way. But what Joe Blow may notice is that, I don't know, all of a sudden, you know, their job decides to go to a 4-day work week instead of 5, right? And that's everybody. That's not just for Joe Blow. So I'm just saying it's going to be more like that. Anyway, Saturday night, I'm thinking, I haven't posted it yet. So guys, if you're new, which most of you aren't, but make sure you have your notification bell hit to all, especially over on YouTube. It'll let you know when I go live. But I'm definitely thinking about doing some full moon readings for the Aquarius full moon, because I feel like the Aquarius full moon is actually more powerful than the Lionsgate portal. I know it sounds crazy. You're not going to hear anybody else say that, but I feel like it's more powerful because it's the first Aquarius full moon since Pluto moved into Aquarius. That's very, very significant. And it's impacting all of the other transits. It's not the other transits impacting the moon, I promise you. It's that full moon impacting all the other transits. So I feel like it would be nice Saturday night to do an Aquarius full moon live. And what I would like to do, instead of just, you know, readings and tarot. I love tarot, guys, but, you know, somebody was just telling me like they're at this point in their journey where they don't really get to watch a lot of tarot. And honestly, I'm not allowed to watch it either. I used to watch all kinds of tarot all the time. It's really how I learned and got better. But once I got to a certain level, Spirit was like, no, you don't need to watch all that. And it's definitely like I'm very limited to the people that I'm allowed to get certain information from. I love tarot. It's a tool, right? But so is astrology. So what I would like to do Saturday night is everyone bring their charts, right? If you don't have your chart, it's so fast. I can pull it up so quickly on my laptop. But be able to like screen share, and then we share our charts and we talk about how the Aquarius full moon is impacting us personally, right? Not like everyone collectively, but like me personally, me, Rosa, Miss L personally, Diana personally. You see what I'm saying? That's what I think would be super nice to do Saturday night. All right. I know. Nama's like, stop talking. Okay. Virgo. 152. Let's wait for it. 40. 152.40 for Virgo. This is the week of August 10th through August 16th. Energy of the week, we have Cherish Innocence. It's number 19. I get something like with children when this comes along, but then I seen the Let Go card in the purple. There's something about twin flame coming out. This, I could be talking to a Virgo that you could have met your twin flame like in a younger years. Like this could be like high teens, like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, something like that. Um, but anyway, the point of the reading is going to be that you're having to let something go. Look how they come out back to back as well. 19, 20. All right. Angels and ancestors next. Let's get challenge or obstacle for Virgo. Virgo is my north node. So again, for some of you, this could be about an actual child. We have traveler, move in a new direction, lesson learned, winner, take care of your needs, peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. She wolf, unleash the wild within. I feel like if you're listening to this Virgo reading and it doesn't have to do with a child for you personally, then it's about your age, about a time when you were younger. Again, those higher teens, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, something like that. Maybe a time when you were also like more uninhibited, like you're freer. Something could have happened around that time to it caused some type of hurt, some kind of trauma. And you could have, it's almost giving this energy of becoming unhinged, someone snapping. The let go is purple. I just want you to know, when you have a twin flame awakening, that person caused you trauma. Just laying that out there. And I don't mean trauma like this person beat you or anything like that. I mean that the heartache that this person caused you trauma. And that's what caused your spiritual awakening journey. But there is this energy of a certain age. The card is number 19 as well. And it's like a snapping moment, and something becomes unhinged. You become wild after that. It's like you're almost raging is this energy that I'm getting after that. The traveler, move in a new direction. You've been stuck since this thing happened. For me, this is an actual child. For me, this is me dating people with children. Okay, like this is my downfall for real. Definitely moving in a new direction from here on out. Right? The take care of your needs. A lot of times we're always putting someone else before us, especially when it comes to children. But here's something I've learned in the harshest way possible on this journey. Two things. One, I learned that I can't love anyone if I don't even know how to love myself. That's a factual thing. I know people don't like to hear it, and it sounds cheesy and corny, but it's true. And the second thing I've learned is, if I become depleted, if I don't replenish myself and take care of my needs, then I can't take care or help anyone else. Peacekeeper is the outcome. Virgo, I don't know if you necessarily like that. I don't know if you want to be the peacekeeper. It's almost like you want to prove your case, why you're right. I completely understand you personally, me, Rosa, but Spirit saying that's not the way, right? All right, cherish innocence. There's something about the fairy and the light as well, like believing in magic. 9 of Swords, extreme stress, panic, anxiety. There could even be some depression as well. This young person, whether it's you or someone else, is experiencing this energy. Traveler, move into a new direction. King of Cups, this is about getting control of your emotions. Winter, take care of your needs. Two of Swords. If you don't, this is the energy of, if you become depleted, you can't help anyone else. If you allow yourself to become depleted because you don't take care of your own needs, you become stagnant. You become stuck. You become frozen in fear. Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. It's almost this energy as well as like, you're probably right, Virgo, but this is going to cost you, not cause you, it's going to cost you. Like there's a fee to be paid. So it's like, if you want to be right, you can go be right, but it's going to come at a cost, a high cost. Four of Swords says it's a time for healing. And are you ready? Blessing in disguise. And here's the thing that I'm getting with this blessing in disguise. A lot of times when I see the blessing in disguise card, it's because you're learning something or you're alchemizing something that you'll gain later. And maybe you don't understand it. Maybe you don't see it now, but you will later. Later, you'll be like, oh, that's why. This is someone else. This is someone else. You're going through some type of almost emotional sacrifice in order to free someone else, whatever that innocence is. That could be, if it's you, and this happened at this age in your life, then that could be your inner child. If it's the child, like I said earlier, then it's the child. Queen of Wands is on the bottom. Confidence and kindness. All right, here's the guidance. Lord Shiva, transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Bridget, inner strength, move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. The Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. All right, Moonology to close it out for Virgo. This is to help with your thoughts and emotions. Definitely could be overthinking something. Definitely in your feelings. Emotions are running high. It's the super moon. Believe in the impossible. My absolute favorite. It's the blue moon. And a personal issue reaches a resolution. It's full moon in Cancer. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that reading was helpful. Guys, if the readings are pulling at your heartstrings, please tap that like button for me. Emotional sacrifice. Nama says, Rosa, all this reading for me shouts boundaries from all directions. That's crazy. And word and hour. I feel like I felt it a little different. I mean, again, it's, for me, it's about an actual child. I don't remember anything about emotional sacrifice. Is it something that came out? Did I say it? Sometimes I have to go back and watch these readings, y'all. But it would make sense. Emotional sacrifice, like that is what's happening to me. I say sometimes I have to go back and watch it. Every time. Every time. All right, it's time for Capricorn. I just realized that we are not on Facebook. I don't know why. It may be because I changed the time. So frustrating. Super, super frustrating. I have no idea why the Facebook isn't working. I saw Twitch earlier. I just noticed that I hadn't seen Vanessa. We are on a different time though, so I mean, and I was late, but still, like it should have done the things. Night, Nama. I will watch it later. Okay. I like how she said, "Keep talking to me." Everybody tells me when they're watching the lives or the readings, they think I'm talking to them. um, I have, like a lot of Scorpios in my life, and they think I'm talking to them. Each one of them thinks it's specifically for them. And the funny part is, guys, I tell you guys all the time, these readings are for me, every last one of them. And I look at my own chart and where that area is in my life. But because it's collective, right? That's what makes you feel like I'm talking to you. That is good morning. I hope you get some sleep, Nama. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. All right, 20727, because I seen it for Capricorn. So this is August 10th through August 16th. Mercury direct in Leo. Venus and Jupiter kissing in the cosmos. Energy of the week for Capricorn, please. Silence your thoughts. You're overthinking. Withdraw. Capricorn is my seventh house. I have definitely withdrawn because of my thoughts. I have this issue where I actually told someone, I believe it was just yesterday, day before, I don't remember. I said, I touched the hot stove with my hand so many times that I'm finally scared to touch the stove. So, Capricorn, you could feel like you've done something so many times and you're just scared to try it again. It's interesting to me how it's 9 and 10. There's something about overthinking, over worrying. Challenge your obstacle, your shields are up. It says make a plan and focus. Saw the snake card. Lesson learned is trust and thrive. Outcome is medicine mother. Honor your inner knowing. There's 2 cards. I didn't even see it. Shapeshifter was hiding underneath the trust and thrive. Transform and unveil your gifts. Magic guardian, unlock the magic within. I don't like it. Because it's telling me I'm wrong, and I don't like to be wrong. I think Capricorn, there's something about needing to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. There's something about having your shields or your back up. There's something about you not trusting that people can change or that people can heal. Yeah. And this is the week. It's like this is the week that spirit is going to put you in a situation where you're going to have to transform. You're going to have to silence your thoughts. I'm talking to a Capricorn that your only focus, in my defense, let me use myself as an example here. In my defense, the stove was freaking hot every time. Okay. So, like, of course, my mind goes, I'm not touching that stove. It's going to be hot. Right. But in the reality of the situation, that's Rosa. That's Rosa's brain. My human brain says, my ego says, don't touch that stove. The reality is, if spirit puts someone in my environment, I'm supposed to have faith in spirit that I will trust my inner knowing. I will walk in enlightenment, right? I'm not going to walk in dumbery and not know what the hell I'm doing. And that I will I don't know, whatever I'm supposed to do with this person, love unconditionally, right? I don't like the idea of having to put my shield down. I don't like the idea of having to trust or have faith in something that has let me down previously. All right, silence your thoughts. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning, new offer. Shield, Maiden, the Magician, as above, so below. There's something about manifesting something. I'm not getting the message completely clearly, but there's something about if you put all your focus on the negative thing, then more negative things come. If you put your belief system in something that is someone, if like if you tell yourself, oh, people don't change, then those you won't experience. It's not that those people won't change, it's that you won't be able to experience the change that has come for those people. You see what I'm saying? They just won't be in your environment. You'll never get to see it or experience it because your belief system is that they're not going to heal and they're not going to change. All right, the trust card, we have Ace of Cups. It's overflow of emotion. You have too much invested. You're not able to see from a different perspective or from like an outside perspective because you're too emotional about whatever the situation is. And I'm not at any point, Capricorn, trying to say that your emotions are not valid. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is there's something here about unconditional love. There's something here about healing, trusting, and thriving. Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. The medicine part is how I know that this is about healing, right? Page of Wands. Page of Wands is spiritual awakening. Someone could be at the beginning of their spiritual awakening journey as well. It could just be saying, Capricorn, it's time to get excited about the journey that you're on. I feel like I'm talking to a Capricorn that your back's up, your shields are up, and Spirit's saying you're going to have faith in order for these new beginnings to come in. You're going to have to trust something. The Strength card, inner strength, having to pull from deep within. All right, Keepers of the Light for guidance. Capricorn, Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Mercury is here. Mercury is going direct in Leo on the 11th. Open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. And Master Buddha, increase awareness, deep connection, and trust your inner voice, which was also the trust and thrive, and honor your inner knowing. All right, Radha Soul Flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. All right, Moonology to close it out for Capricorn. A time for healing, Cosmic Moon, don't let your past hold you back, South Node, a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon, and Libra. Um, Libra is the ruler of relationships, 7th house, right? I feel like Capricorn, something needs to heal. It could definitely be like a relationship, someone from your past. There is this energy of anger, frustration. I want to be mad at this person, but Spirit saying like this person is healing. They're going through a healing journey. They're at the beginning of their healing journey, and I'm going to have to offer compassion and understanding. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, time for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I don't know, but for me, it seems like fire signs is love department. Water signs, it seemed like I saw a lot of pentacles. It was more financial department. Earth signs, it's time to get to work department. So I'm interested to see what happens to the air signs. All right, look at that. 2/20/20 for Gemini. Gemini, this is for the week of August 10th through August 16th. So much going on in the cosmos. It's impacting so many different areas. So let's get energy of the week from Angel Inspiration for Gemini, August 10th through the 16th. Two cards come out. 314. What is 314? I'm seeing it in my mind. No, I was thinking 316. Okay, so I mean 314 may be significant, but Archangel Gabriel is about seeing the truth of a situation, and then we have the show justice card, some scales needing to be balanced. Speak from the heart, number 25, is on the bottom. All right, I'm going to use angels and ancestors next. Let's get the challenge or obstacle for Gemini. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. There's something about accountability here, Gemini. I picked it up with the justice card and seeing the truth of a situation. I want to be like, oh, some great injustice was done to you, Gemini, and you're going to see the truth of that. But I don't get that, especially once I turned over the ancestor card and your challenges or obstacle. It's like, Gemini, it's very possible that this week you're seeing how you could have put yourself in a certain situation, or you could have had a part in a certain situation, something like that. Lesson learned, we have mountains, stand your ground. And then the outcome, we have White Witch, be the light. I will say that with the stand your ground, I got this, it's a rock, it's stubborn type of energy. And then with the White Witch, it's more lighter, freer type of energy. So it's going to have something to do with Gemini, with you standing your ground. It's going to have something to do with you've done something a certain way your whole life. Maybe your parents did it that same way, and then their parents and their parents. I mean, this could be anything. It could be relationship. It could be like spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, any of that. But the point is that this is the week, Gemini, where you're going to see where your stubbornness, where maybe you weren't willing to bend or you weren't willing to give, could have like put you in a tough situation or a tough bind. You're having to see like the truth of it. I will say, Gemini, that I feel like the tough situation or the tough bind, like it's already happened. And now you're kind of like getting this perspective, like you're able to look back and go, oh, well, if I had healed this, generational curse of, fear of abandonment, then I wouldn't have done yada, yada, yada. You see what I'm trying to say? It's something like that. The seer, see beyond the current situation on the bottom. So big confirmation there. All right, modern witches tarot. Let's look at the energy of the week, which was seeing the truth of some injustice. We have the Emperor. Look at that. The Emperor is the self. It's Aries energy. Gemini, I would look to see where is Aries on your chart. What planets are in that particular house. That could tell you like what your part in the situation was, right? All right, elder, move beyond ancestral patterns, walk away from something, stop doing something the same way. There's nothing else that you need to do there. Whenever you see the Eight of Cups, sometimes the Eight of Cups, it's always going to be about walking away from something. Sadly, that's what it's about, okay? But sometimes the cups are spilled. Sometimes the person's still holding on to the cups. Sometimes they're, standing straight up and perfectly neat, like in the Modern Witches Tarot. And there is meaning to that. When the cups are standing up and they're perfectly neat, and the only thing that's wrong is you're still missing two cups, because remember the goal is 10 cups. When you see the cups all lined up, that's what it means, that you've done absolutely everything you're supposed to do here. There's nothing else to do. The only reason you feel like something's unfinished is because you haven't gotten all your cups. You haven't finished your journey. There's still more to go, right? But you've stayed stuck here trying to figure this out, or keep trying to turn this 8 cups into 10 cups, and it's just not going to happen. You've done everything you can here, and now you're going to have to move on. And when the person is moving on, what are they moving towards, right? Well, they're moving towards the Two of Cups, right? Because 10 cups is total. You have 8, right? And what's the Two of Cups? Two of Cups is equal effort. It's partnership. It's soulmate energy. You need to walk away from something that you've been trying to do over and over and expecting a different result. All right, stand your ground. It is giving me this energy of stubbornness, needing to bend, needing to go around an obstacle, a boulder, something. We have 6 of Pentacles. It says you're going to get help. It could bring some type of balance to a situation. It could just be saying balance your, like you don't want to give up your ground. You don't want to sit down and be like, oh, just take it, whatever, right? But you don't want to be stubborn and not able to bend or compromise. All right, White Witch, be the light. We have Wheel of Fortune. Things working in your favor, things finally starting to bend in your favor. All right, let's pull some guidance for Gemini. When I see the White Witch card, it reminds me of that movie, the Yellow Brick Road movie, right? I can't, why am I having another brain fart? Help me out, Spirit. Wizard of Oz. When you remember the Wizard of Oz movie, there was the 2 witches. There was the green ugly witch that was under the house, and then there was like the pretty witch, you know what I mean? Like the good witch or whatever. Whenever I see the white witch, it reminds me of the good witch on the Wizard of Oz. All right, Mother Mary, love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. Harion, divine healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. And Serapis Bay, ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. All right, Gemini, let's do Moonology. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Adjustments are required. It's 3rd quarter moon. Show the world the real you. It's full moon in Aquarius. And last one, it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. All right, Gemini, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. We have Libra next. Linda, the good witch. 314 is pi. There's going to be something about that. It was sticking out to me. Normally, it's the 316, and then it's going to be the verse in the Bible, right? I'm not sure, but 314 definitely. I mean, it is pi. Vanessa, there's Vanessa. I know. I don't know what happened on Facebook. I just noticed, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 readings back that Facebook wasn't working. Yesterday it was Diana. I'm telling y'all, it's been this freaking Mercury retrograde. Mercury. As Sandra says. All right, let's timestamp Libra. Let's do 2/30/20. Love when that happens. And this is going to be for August 10th through August 16th. Leo, Mercury retrograde in Leo. So Mercury goes direct in Leo. Thank goodness. I'm tired of this retrograde. I'm not a fan of any of the retrogrades, any of the Mercury retrogrades. I mean, but here's the thing, that's not, like, I'm getting in trouble. That's not the attitude to have, right? Retrogrades are an opportunity to revisit that planet's energy. You also have Venus and Jupiter conjunct. Libra, you may have a relationship person from your past returning with Mercury retrograde. Remember, guys, the directness, it goes stations direct on the 11th, but remember, it still has those, what they call the shadow period, right? Which lasts for what, 2-3 weeks after. So definitely could still have this energy of, things from your past returning for closure. It's not necessarily for closure, it's to revisit that planet's energy, right? So in other words, most of the time, there's something you didn't think of the first time. There's communication, a conversation that needs to be had. Libra, I feel like for you, it's definitely Mercury retrograde. All right, let's see. What is the energy of the week? We have number 29, embrace change. We have Archangel Michael, number 1. It's giving strong twin flame, but it's also the Archangel that protects you. It's also the Archangel that brings unconditional love. All right, let's do angels and ancestors next. I know, I'm so sorry, Vanessa. I don't know why it's such a pain lately. All right, it's going to be because I pushed the time back. When I pushed the time back 30 minutes or whatever, I was running late. The Facebook didn't pick it up. And I should have checked before I hit the live button, but I just didn't think of it. Spring, see your seeds grow. Libra, the person returning, you could have planted some seeds. Oh, I know what this is. Okay. So I just had this experience too, and I just talked about it with a Libra. So how interesting. But I just kind of saying that, like, you ever not see someone for a long time and then you see them and they haven't really changed a lot. They're still dealing with the same problems. They're still experiencing the same challenges and obstacles. Libra, you most likely planted some seeds, and it's very possible that someone from your past is returning, and you're going to have an opportunity this week to see if those seeds took, right? Again, very possible that they didn't. At least in my case, they didn't. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. And Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. Traders on the bottom, exchange energy to create abundance. This is lesson learned to help you with a challenge or obstacle. There's something about something that you fear and needing to face something that you fear. And then unlock the magic guardian. I feel like if you can face this energy that's returning with this Mercury retrograde, it's almost like you're fearing that your seeds didn't bloom, didn't take off, didn't take growth. I think they actually did. 29 is a critical degree theory number, right? So there's this energy of someone's going through some type of critical change. I feel that when they return, you fear that they haven't changed, and you also fear that they're going to cause disruption in your own life. There's something about, again, where you're putting your efforts, your energies, your magic. And the idea, or like the message, is that if you fear this thing, just face it. If you just face it, you won't be scared of it anymore. Page of Wands, spiritual awakening, the beginning of spiritual awakening. Again, earlier I got this card, and it's like a person at the beginning of their awakening, and that's the same energy I'm picking up again. Two of Swords, see your seeds grow. The seeds that you planted could have something to do with how this person could like escape their troubles, problems, that type of thing. The Hunter card, track down your fears and desires. Two of Pentacles. This is about feeling pulled in too many directions, stretched in too many directions. Libra, I know this is really direct, but I got this energy like you're trying to show somebody something. You're giving a lot of yourself to show somebody something, but it's like they're not, it's that seeds planted. It's like they're not ready to grow yet. They're not ready to bloom yet. And it's not that they're not going to. It's like Spirit keeps telling me that. It's not that it's not going to happen, but it's that it's almost like it's not going to happen when you want it to happen. Something like that. And Knight of Swords is here. Knight of Swords is my clue card for a breakup, but it's also about being courageous enough to deliver a message of freedom and liberation. The Hermit is on the bottom. The Hermit is going to be, again, spiritual awakening, enlightenment. It could even be someone that is experiencing dark night of the soul. All right, Libra. I think someone's going to shock you with the change that they're experiencing. And I think when they return, what they communicate to you about is spiritual awakening. And I think you've almost been running from this person. You could have even broken up with this person, blocked this person, locked this person out, something like that. Step out of your comfort zone. It's the North Node. The answers you need are coming. It's full moon in Gemini. And look at this. Work through your fears. It's new moon in Scorpio. You're definitely going to have to face something or someone that you're fearful of. And I don't think it's, again, fear like, oh, I'm going to be attacked. It's more like, oh, this person can hurt me, so I keep them blocked, and now they're in my face, and I'm going to have this conversation, right? All right, I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, we've made it to Aquarius, the last one, 2 hours and 39 minutes later. Appreciate everyone who has hung out with me. Miss Al, it was so nice to see you. I'm shuffling. I just flipped over the Devil card. Capricorn energy. Breaking free from karmic ties. Could have something to do with someone learning some karmic lessons. And that definitely could be for Aquarius. All right, guys, remember Saturday night, I would like to do the Aquarius full moon live. I don't have it posted yet, so make sure that you have your notification bells hit to all. And guys, I'm going to ask everybody, they call this a call to action, right? I'm having a little trouble over on Facebook. I'm having a little trouble with the invite to follow button over there. For a while we couldn't find it, we couldn't see it. And some of you guys were telling me that, like, you were sending me the screenshot and it just wasn't there. We did get that fixed. So, and I feel like I've invited everybody in here, and I've, you know, sent the little invitation thing. The thing about Facebook is, and I'm talking about my purplelunarose page. I know several of you are on my personal page, but I'm talking about the PLR page. The thing about it is, once I've sent the invite out to follow PLR Facebook page, I can't resend it. It doesn't let you. So, and the thing about it is that if I've sent it to you, like Vanessa, yours next to your name, every time you comment or something on Facebook, it'll say invited. And it means that I sent you the invitation, you know, probably 4 years ago, whenever the heck it was, right? um, and you haven't hit the button. So I'm going to ask everybody who's in here hanging out with me, when we get done with the Aquarius sign, please go over to Facebook, go to my home page, on my PLR home page, where it shows the cover photo and my little profile picture, and hit that blue follow button for me. But yeah, I'm wanting to do Aquarius full moon astrology reads on Saturday night. And will most likely be on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. All right. Ooh, 242.44. I've seen the 242.42. So the fours are significant for Aquarius. Aquarius, this is August 10th through the 16th. Fours are about your finances, your firm foundation, financial security. For some of you, this could have something to do with your home. All right, energy of the week, August 10th through the 16th for Aquarius. We have be content, it's number 30, and we have the let go card. I'm feeling this urgency to want to do something or go somewhere or take some type of action. The be content, I'm almost getting like be patient. There is a patience card though. But there is this energy, like, again, I was saying with Nama earlier, like, you, it's the like in the energy oracle, the card that says you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You might feel like, oh wait, this is challenging, this isn't what I want. But there's going to be purpose, reason. All right, let's get challenge or obstacle. We have star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Lesson learned, we have moon, take note of intuitive messages. And then the outcome, we have be brave and honest. Enjoy growth and reap rewards on the bottom. Okay, here's the energy that I'm getting. There's something that's like generational. This could be like generational curses. And then it has something to do with the moon, like it has something to do with your emotions. Sorry. How you react to things, how you respond to things. I'm almost getting like Aquarius, you're going through some type of test where it's causing you to have a lot of emotion, and Spirit's asking you to have faith that you're safe in the moment or in the place. And you may have to, like, again, I'm getting some type of accountability where it says be brave and honest. It's like you're having, it's this energy of like, did you put yourself in a certain place? Like, did you do something? If you were to be honest with yourself and follow the voice of your soul as in your challenges or obstacles. So it's like, if you were to be honest with yourself, did you follow the voice of your soul or did you follow your ego? Right? And be content could have something to do with the consequences of our actions, right? Seven of Cups is here. It's about not being able to see your options clearly. It's about poor choices, right? All right, star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. We have King of Wands. This is courage, being able to take courageous, passionate action. Take note of intuitive messages. Two of Swords, feeling stuck, not sure which direction to go. And the Knight card, be brave and honest. You have the Chariot. So it's almost like if you can be brave and honest with yourself about whatever the poor choice was or whatever the new choices that you need to make, then it's like the victory is already yours. If you can't be brave and you can't face something, then most likely it's this wishy-washy, I'm stuck type of energy. All right, some guidance for Aquarius, August 10th through the 16th. I feel like this is Venus, Jupiter, but this isn't necessarily love for Aquarius. It's material. It's Venus money. Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance, big confirmation. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. Dharma unfolding. Remember that you're on a path. Take one step at a time. And Archangel Michael coming out in a completely different oracle set. Trusting heaven, you're safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow miracles to happen. All right, Moonology to close it out for Aquarius. A time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. And last card of the night, be bold and make the first move. It's the cardinal moon. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that reading was helpful. That's going to be it, guys. That's your fire, water, and earth signs. I will get the timestamps in the description box immediately following the live stream. Thank you, everyone, for coming in and hanging out with me. This was definitely a very long, lengthy live. It's definitely going to help my pay, right? Especially over on YouTube. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget, guys, timestamps. If you did miss any of it, Vanessa, you can use the timestamps in just a few moments. Saturday night, I'd like to come back and do Aquarius full moon astrology reads. Again, still not posted. I'm going to get it posted as soon as I can. Hit the notify me button as soon as you see it. Make sure the bell is set to all, so anytime I go live, it lets you know. And the moment you see it, grab your birth charts because I want you to bring them with you Saturday night when we look at the Aquarius full moon, because I would like to study your chart live and tell you how the Aquarius full moon is impacting you personally. All right, guys. That's it. That's all I have. Make sure to go over and hit that button over on Facebook for me as well. I love you guys. I'm always, always sending you abundant love on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.